Hi, and welcome to Deer Lion Yoga. I'm Becky, and in today's flow, we will be hitting all parts of the body. So we'll start with the arms and shoulders, we're gonna move into the side body, and then moving into the throat, chest, and finally ending with the hips. The only prop you'll need today is a wall, so just make sure you're close to one of those, and we'll jump right in. So to begin today's practice, you will need a wall. So finding a wall, stand with your right arm, so the palm flat against the wall, and your body will start turn towards the wall. Start to pivot your feet, walking towards the left and turning your body, so keeping your palm flat on the wall. So you're gonna start to feel a nice shoulder and arm stretch on the right arm. So we'll just hold here for a couple breaths. Maybe you turn your feet and your body a little bit more to the left as your arm starts to loosen up and soften. So breathing into your right shoulder and your right arm. Good, so then twisting back towards center, so walking your feet back, facing the wall, switching to your other arm. So your left palm is on the wall. And then you start to walk your feet around to the right and turning your body to the right. So you're feeling a stretch all along your left arm and your left shoulder. And again, maybe as your muscles start to soften, you can turn a little bit more. Breathing into the left side. Good, so then untwisting all the way. And we'll just find your way onto the mat. So moving into some side body stretches standing. So inhaling your arms up. Reaching up, really feeling the energy drawing out of your fingertips while keeping your shoulders engaged in the sockets. And then exhale, so we're moving to the right. So grabbing your left wrist with your right hand, pulling that left arm over, feeling a side body stretch all along your left side. Good, inhaling to center, exhaling to the other side. So moving to the left, taking your right wrist with your left hand, pulling it over, feeling the stretch along your right side. Breathing into your right side. Inhaling up and exhaling down, our hands to the heart center. Good, so stepping to the top of your mat, we'll run through a sun salutation A. So warming up the body, generating some heat here. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step the right leg back, left leg, plank, and then taking your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, taking a minute here, loosening up the body, the legs, pedaling out the feet. Spreading your fingers wide, bringing the outer arms down and around towards the mat. So this action will have the creases of your arms will start to point towards the front of the room. Taking a large bend to the knees if you need to. So this will help create an upside down V with your body. And lifting your hips up towards the sky. Maybe you start to straighten your legs as your body loosens up. The heels of the feet are moving towards the ground. And you're looking towards your belly button. Slowly start to walk your hands back to your feet. So no rush here, taking your time. And then just letting your body hang heavy. Crown of the head towards the ground, grabbing either elbow. Torso a swing, back and forth. Letting the body relax. Nothing too rigid here. Good. Releasing the elbows and slowly rising up to standing. Bringing your hands to the heart center. Good. So you're at the back of the mat, so we'll stay here. Inhaling your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, you're planting your hands down, and now you're walking them back towards the front of the mat. So we're coming to a down dog again. So walking your hands forward. And then coming to your downward facing dog. Good. Staying here for another breath. So finding stillness. Then dropping your knees down to the ground. We're going to bring our chest and chin towards the ground. So bringing your chest to hit the ground and your chin to hit the ground. And then sliding forward onto your belly. So all the way onto your belly. So we'll come into Sphinx pose here. So finding your forearms, placing them on the ground. So you're making an 11 with your hands. So arms are parallel. Your elbows are aligned under your shoulder. And then your forearm goes straight out from here, palms on the ground. So your chest and your throat are reaching forward. Your gaze is looking straight forward, maybe slightly up. And then your feet are on the ground. So we'll just spend a little bit of time here in this pose. Start to relax. Take a couple breaths. So this is opening up our throat, it's opening up our heart, our chest. And now we're going to move into a pose from here that'll open up our hips. So taking your right leg, we're going to bring the knee up towards your right hand and leaving the left where it is. So you can flex your foot here. It's almost like a half frog pose. Good. Sliding it back, moving to the other side. So left leg. So bringing the left knee towards your left hand, flexing the foot for that half frog. Staying with our arms in the Sphinx position. So this is opening up the hips. Good. Extending that leg back out. So we'll do this one more time on each side now that you have the motion. And we'll spend a little bit more time here. So taking that right knee again, bringing it up towards the right hand, flexing the foot. So we'll stay here for several breaths. So remembering to bring your heart forward, your chest forward. And your shoulders should be drawing away from the ears. If you start to hunch up, start to lengthen. So you may start to feel a burn in your arms, and that's normal. And at the same time, you may feel your hips start to open up. So working more than one part of the body here. One more breath here before we move to the other side. Good. Extending that right leg back. And then moving to the left side one more time. Left knee in towards the left hand, flexing the foot. Again, if you start to slouch, bringing your chest forward, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And one more breath. Good. Extending the left leg back besides the right. And we're going to push all the way back into a child's pose. So for this child's pose, bring your forehead to the ground, and then your arms are going to extend behind you. So you're really letting your shoulders just relax here. So this should feel really good after the Sphinx pose. Take some really deep breaths here. Let the breath slow down. Let your thoughts slow down, coming to just the space here and now. Good. So coming out of the child's pose, so bringing your hands back to the mat. We'll take a quick thread the needle on each side. So coming to your tabletop position, knees aligned under the hips, hands are aligned under the shoulders, fingers spread wide in a neutral spine. Taking the right arm, threading it under the left side, the opening, bringing your right shoulder to the ground. So right shoulder, right cheek to the ground. Extending out the left hand or wrapping it around your back to rest on your right hip or top of your right leg. Good. Bringing your hand back to the ground, pressing into the ground with your left hand, back to tabletop. So moving to the other side. Left hand threads under the right, bringing your left cheek, left shoulder to the ground, and walking your right hand out, or wrapping it around the back, resting it on the top of your left thigh. So a simple twist. Good. One more breath here. Bringing the right hand to the ground, pressing into the ground with your palm, returning back to our tabletop position. Just coming to sit on the heels of our feet, coming to take a seat. So we're going to end here with legs up the wall pose. So this one we've done a couple other times if you've been practicing with me for some time. It's one of my favorite ways to end practice. So go ahead and find a wall. And again, I'll just walk you through the easiest way I found to get as close to the wall as possible. So starting with one side against the wall. So in this case, I'm just starting with my left side to the wall. And you lay all the way down. And then once you're down, you can turn. So this allows your butt to be as close to the wall as possible. Simply just bringing your feet up against the wall. And just feeling the blood rush down your legs is returning to the heart. Moving through a little inversion. And we'll just stay here for a couple breaths with this practice, but I encourage you to stay here several minutes if you have time on your own, or maybe coming back to this pose later in the evening. Trying to find time for it, maybe just once a day, even for just a couple minutes. It's good to get a different perspective. So you can lay here with your arms to either side. You could bring them to your belly. Another variation of this is you could take a block and place it underneath your sacrum if you are not by a wall, and just lift your feet up. So for today, we'll come out of the pose. Feel free to stay here longer if you'd like. So turning back, and then you can just roll to one side. Maybe you rest here a moment, and then push yourself back up, and we will come to a cross-legged seat on our mat. Good. So we will end with a couple breaths together. So close your eyes here, bringing your hands to your knees. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling loudly through the mouth. So sighing it all away. 2 more times. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling loudly through the mouth. And last time. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling loudly through the mouth. And then opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, may the light in me honor the light in you. Namaste.